If you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach County, Florida, this is a video you need to watch before you decide. Because Palm Beach County is an amazing place to live, but it's not perfect, and it's definitely not the right fit for everyone. I'll tell you this from experience. I've seen people move here thinking life is going to be one way, only to realize for several reasons that we're going to talk about today that it's actually not the right fit for them. In some cases, they end up moving again, sometimes within the same year or a few years later. That's why it's so important to understand the full picture before you make the move. Today, I'm breaking down 10 things people love and things people dislike about living here in Florida. So you can decide if this is truly the lifestyle that fits you and your family, not just the picture people imagine when they think of living in Florida. Before we dive in, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm a local realtor here in Palm Beach County, and I've been helping homeowners buy and sell here for over 20 years. I've seen this area change, grow, and evolve, and my goal is to help you understand what life here really looks like so you can plan your move with confidence. So let's start with things people tend to love most about living in Palm Beach County. Number one, the weather. For most of the year, Palm Beach County is sunny, warm, and ideal for outdoor living. Our winters are what people dream about. It's paradise. Windows open, eating outside, walking neighborhoods. This alone is a huge reason why people move here. And yes, we'll talk about the summer heat later, but that's part of the reality too. Number two, beaches and access to water. One thing people don't always realize until they live here is just how connected everything feels to the water. Whether it's the beach, the intercoastal, boating, paddleboarding, fishing, or just walking by the water at sunset. Even inland communities still feel tied to that coastal lifestyle. Many neighborhoods are built around lakes and ponds, so you still get that waterfront feeling even though you're not right on the coast. Number three, variety of lifestyles. This one is Palm Beach County's biggest strengths. You can choose coastal living, family-friendly neighborhoods, gated communities, acreage equestrian properties, or a more urban downtown condo lifestyle. All of those options exist within the same county. Few places offer that much variety without needing to move to a completely different region. Number four, no state income tax and Florida's tax-friendly structure. This matters more than people expect, especially for relocators, retirees, and business owners. Florida has no state income tax, and Palm Beach County is very tax-friendly to residents. We also have our Save Our Homes program, which caps how much your homesteaded property taxes can increase each year. Currently, that's capped at 3%. That means your home value can go up, but your property taxes don't jump the same way because they're capped. And when you're ready to downsize, after living in your home for a long time, you can port those tax savings to another homesteaded property anywhere in Florida. On top of that, the homestead exemptions help reduce tax rates even further. Number five, outdoor living and community life. Palm Beach County is very much an outdoor area. From farmers markets and youth sports to equestrian events, golf, pickleball, boating, people here are out living their lives enjoying the Florida sunshine. At the same time, there's a great mix of indoor and outdoor activities, so you can truly enjoy Florida living all year long. There's a strong sense of community in many pockets, and where you choose to live really shapes that experience. Let's talk about the other side of the coin, the things that people tend to dislike or are surprised by when they move here. So number six is the summer heat and humidity. And let's be honest, Florida is hot. From July through September, it's humid and afternoon storms pop up almost daily, right around 3 o'clock, and outdoor plans take a little more thought and a lot more planning. Some people adjust just fine. You'll learn to become an air-conditioned Floridian, staying inside during the hottest parts of the day or cooling off with water-based activities like swimming, paddleboarding, or boating. For my family, we love going to the beach later in the day, say around 4 o'clock, and then we stay until about 7. In the summer, it's daylight until almost 9, so the beach in the evening is absolutely fabulous. We've even been lucky enough to see turtle hatchlings while we were walking on the beach one evening. Others realize they don't enjoy the Florida heat as much as they expected. This is one of those things that's really important to be honest with up front. Number 7, seasonal crowds and traffic. From roughly November through April, the population here increases noticeably. Snowbirds return, equestrian season ramps up, events and tourism picks up. Certain areas feel very different in season versus off season, especially when it comes to traffic and restaurant wait times. That surprise catches a lot of new residents off guard. Locals learn the best times to travel. They might use alternative routes and exercise patience, knowing that the added people also mean added revenue for local businesses. Number 8, the cost of living, especially housing and insurance. Palm Beach County is no longer considered affordable Florida. Home prices have increased, insurance costs can be higher than people expect, and HOA's fees in some communities add up. This doesn't mean it's not worth it, but buyers do need realistic expectations. Insurance costs can often be offset with upgrades like a new roof, impact windows, shutters, or choosing newer construction. How close you are to the ocean also affects your insurance rates. HOA fees can be part of the equation. For many people, they're worth it, especially in communities with resort-style amenities, gated or roaming security, and utilities like cable or internet. The higher the HOA, the more valuable the services you should be getting in return. With that said, HOA costs can increase over time as communities update amenities and maintenance expenses go up. Number 9, sprawl and drive time. Palm Beach County is large, both north to south and east to west. Where you live in relation to work, schools, activity, your daily routine matter more than people realize. During peak travel times, getting from 441 to US 1, which is only about 7 to 11 miles, can take 30 minutes, and during peak times, it can go over an hour. This is why choosing the right area often matters more than choosing the right house. Number 10, Palm Beach County is not one Florida. This is probably the biggest misconception. So living near the coast is completely different from living in the western communities. HOA living is different from acreage living. City life feels very different from equestrian or rural living. Many people who struggle after moving here didn't choose the wrong house, they chose the wrong pocket. There's also one more thing that's worth mentioning, especially for people who aren't used to living in Florida, that's bugs and wildlife. Mosquitoes can be an issue, but the city sprays to help keep pest control down, and homeowners can help by dumping standing water so that the mosquitoes don't breed in your own backyard. So palmetto bugs are real. And yes, they're terrifying. But with regular pest control, keeping food put away, and trash taken out, they're manageable. I don't see them, I don't have them, because I maintain pest control. And I have a cat. Iguanas are another adjustment. They're an invasive species that's taken hold over this past decade. Most of the time, they scurry away when they see you. But if one ever gets into your attic, that's when you need to call a professional trapper. Florida has very specific rules around iguanas, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission provides guidance on humane removal. And then there's alligators. Honestly, I rarely see them, but it is really important to know that any body of water in Florida can have an alligator. The biggest rule is awareness, especially keeping small dogs away from the banks of those ponds. For most people, these things become part of daily awareness, not daily problems. But it's something you should know of ahead of time. There are a few other things people often ask me about that are worth touching base on briefly. So one is, some people say that South Florida isn't friendly. I honestly and completely do not agree with that. I don't have a lot to compare it to, but in my experience, friendliness comes from within. Wherever I go, people are open to conversation when it's needed. What I do think is the truth is that life here is fast-paced. Everything is easy to get to. The roads run east and west, north and south, so you can get places quickly. So people tend to stack their schedules. And I think it's more fast than it is unfriendly. Another thing I hear a lot about is the schools. People will sometimes say that our schools here aren't as good as they are up north. And I think that conversation needs context. Palm Beach County has a very diverse population, with families coming from all over the world, sometimes without even speaking the language. Our schools have tried to be creative in how they support that through programs like ESOL and specialized learning options. One of the biggest advantages we have here is the Choice School program. Choice School program allows students to attend schools based on their strengths, their interests, and even learn a trade while they're here and still in high school. In my opinion, that kind of flexibility creates opportunity, and that's incredibly valuable for families. Okay, this next one is more personal, but it's something that I've been asked more than once. The last thing I'll mention is healthcare and hospice. I can't speak to the provider side of hospital systems or caseloads. I'm not a nurse, but I can share that I've personally experienced hospice here in Florida and in North Carolina. On the receiving end, both experiences were deeply personal, compassionate, and meaningful. So while healthcare systems everywhere are stretched, I think it's important to separate what we hear from what we personally experience. So when people ask me, is Palm Beach County a good place to live? My answer is usually it depends on you. Palm Beach County can be an incredible place to live, but it's not one single experience. How you live here depends on how you choose to live and what stage of life you're living in and what you value day to day. I've seen people absolutely thrive here, and I've also seen people move here thinking it would be one thing only to realize later that it wasn't the right fit. Most of the time, it's not because Palm Beach County was a bad choice, it's because they choose the wrong area or didn't fully understand the lifestyle ahead of time. That's why knowing the pros, the trade-offs, and the realities before you move makes such a difference. So if you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach County and want honest local insight, not just listings or highlight reels, I'm always happy to help you talk it through. And if this video was helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos on the channel where I break down specific towns, neighborhoods, and lifestyles across the county. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.